What's the difference between Israelis and Palestinians? Industrial manufacturing. In the meantime, they are involved in a battle that they can never win. It took less than 6 months to destroy the whole of Gaza. The Arabs or the Palestinians do not have the weapons to fight against Israel because Israel is America. You don't ask who killed your father until you buy your own gun. So you cannot separate religion from science. If you focus on only one, you will remain at the very bottom. For Ukraine to get involved in that war against Russia was stupid. If Zelensky was a smart man, could have told Putin, we don't want to be a part of NATO. Nobody will touch North Korea now because they have nuclear weapons. And Africa will not survive that industrialization. The Chinese are coming. With 1.6 billion people, the Chinese are looking for a land that they can take their people to. God has given you power to go and subdue the earth. And you can only subdue the earth through industrial manufacturing. We need to add science to religion. When we say God is omniscience, that means that God knows everything. Omniscience. Omniscience is a word with 2 syllables. Omniscience. So you cannot separate religion from science. If you focus on only one, you will remain at the very bottom. Look at the Palestinians. They are crying for favor. What's the difference between Israelis and Palestinians? Industrial manufacturing. The Palestinians can only cry for sympathy. The Arab world, embracing religion, do not have the industrial manufacturing capacity to manufacture the weapons that they need to defend themselves. So they are at the mercy of Israel and the Western world. Is that not clear enough? It's clear. So Donald Trump recently said they are going to move the Palestinians out of Gaza. If you ask me, if I were a Palestinian, I would even welcome that. Do you know why? If I were a Palestinian, I would tell the Israelis and the Americans, I said, look, you guys have won. Look at the Sinai Peninsula. It's a huge piece of land, just like where they are in Gaza. They have a common boundary. They cross from Egypt into Gaza. If you are intelligent, can you tell me what should stop the leadership of the Palestinians for approaching Israel and America and say, look, tell Egypt to give us X amount of square kilometers of land in the Sinai Peninsula. You want us out of this place. Bring out the money and build the infrastructure, the industries and the infrastructure in Sinai Peninsula and give it a land and call it Palestine. The point is this, the Arabs, the Palestinians in particular, they are weak like black people. They are a bit stronger than us. We are the weakest of all. But they are weak compared to the Israelis. Yet they are trying to fight Israel. I tell you the truth is that might is just. Might is just. Well, whichever is stronger will always take whatever is involved in the fight. So if you are in the leadership of the Palestinians, my advice to them, if they are intelligent people, just like Ukraine, they are intelligent people, the advice you should take is this. Tell the Israelis and the Americans and the British that are supporting Israel because of biblical connection to say, okay, approach Egypt, let them give us maybe 200,000 square kilometers of land in the Sinai Peninsula. You, because you want us out of this place, bring the money to develop the infrastructure. Give us enough electricity, enough energy, so that we can all move away from this land and relocate to that and call it the state of Palestine. At the back of their mind, what they have in their mind is that we will go and industrialize so that we can manufacture our own weapon. It might take them 50 years, 100 years. Then they can come back and ask Israel for their land. In the meantime, they are involved in a battle that they can never win. It took less than 6 months to destroy the whole of Gaza. It took less than 6 months to destroy Hezbollah. All because of technology, industrial manufacturing, which they don't have. You don't ask who killed your father until you buy your own gun. The Arabs or the Palestinians do not have the weapons to fight against Israel because Israel is America. I'll say the same thing about Ukraine. For Ukraine to get involved in that war against Russia was stupid. Look at what happened to them now. They have destroyed the whole country. Where they could have negotiated with Putin and said, look, we will not become a part of NATO. But Ukraine is an industrial country. Are you aware of that? Ukraine has the largest stockpile of nuclear weapons under the Soviet Union. It was after the end of the Soviet Union that those weapons were returned to Russia. If you heard of Chernobyl that exploded more than 30 years ago, it's in Ukraine. What I mean is this. If Zelensky was a smart man, could have told Putin, we don't want to be a part of NATO. You sign the agreement. Then go behind to your laboratory there and produce a nuclear weapon. And in about a year or two, all Putin will hear in Russia that there's an atomic explosion that will tell them that we have a nuclear weapon now. And the moment you have a nuclear weapon, no country is going to invade you. Is that clear? Because they know that if they come, they drop one nuclear weapon in your country, everything is finished in Russia. All you need is only one or two. That's the end of Russia. So they won't dare it. Nobody will touch North Korea now because they have nuclear weapon. They have the technology to do it. So I don't know why they were so stupid to engage Russia in a war. They could have just told Russia, we don't want to be a part of NATO, and then just hide. They know how to do it. Under 2 years, you manufacture the weapon, and then you detonate it. Putin will hear, he'll say, what happened there? Say, that's our nuclear weapon. And they fire one missile, can get to Moscow. Don't come to us. Now we want to be a part of NATO. That would have settled it. But he didn't have a nuclear weapon, and he was ready to fight against Russia. That was very stupid of him. The same thing is happening now to the Palestinians in Gaza. It's now a pile of rubble, and they are all going back there. To do what? Everybody must understand something. Might is just. Although because we are civilized, we say, no, it's not so. Might is not just. Who told you that? How did America take over USA from the Indians? The American Indians are the original owners of America. They are there inside the reservation. Do you know why? They say they don't believe in science. They want their own traditional way of life. So they are there playing with their bows and arrows. You can't fight modern warfare without technology. And Africa will not survive without industrialization. The Chinese are coming. The Chinese are coming. More than half of China is not habitable. Less than 30% of the landmass of China is housing more than 85% of the population. The rest of the country is mountains. very cold and high altitude. With 1.6 billion people, the Chinese, they are looking for a land that they can take their people to. They can't go to America, they cannot go to India, they cannot go to Australia, they can't go to Europe. Where can they go to that they will not have any resistance? Africa. That is why I love to have a strong America, because that will keep China at bay. I want to submit to you that if we engage in industrial manufacturing, the exponential growth that will take place will be so unbelievable that within 2 years, nobody will recognize Nigeria. Within 10 years, those that went to Nigeria, America, they will relocate to Nigeria. That is the power of industrial manufacturing. And we have everything. So I continue to ask our leaders to heed my advice and work towards it. Those that have money stashed away overseas, please bring your money back and invest it in industrial manufacturing. Not car assembly. We had Volkswagen assembly, we had Peugeot automobile assembly, we had Steyr diesel assembly. We've had all those things. Nothing ever came out of it. But industrial manufacturing, once it starts, nothing can stop it. The reason is this: the moment you can melt the elements, after some time you can make your own turbine. After some time you can make any machine. After some time you can make the machine tools. You can make anything, you become free. Because God has given you the power to go and subdue the earth. And you can only subdue the earth through industrial manufacturing. That is my message to Africa. That is my message to the leadership of Nigeria and to all the governors in Nigeria. What's the difference between Israelis and Palestinians? Industrial manufacturing. In the meantime, they are involved in a battle that they can never win. It took less than 6 months to destroy the whole of Gaza. The Arabs or the Palestinians do not have the weapons to fight against Israel, because Israel is America. You don't ask who killed your father until you buy your own gun. So you cannot separate religion from science. If you focus on only one, you will remain at the very bottom. For Ukraine to get involved in that war against Russia was stupid. If Zelensky was a smart man, could have told Putin, we don't want to be a part of NATO. Nobody will touch North Korea now because they have nuclear weapons. And Africa will not survive that industrialization. The Chinese are coming. With 1.6 billion people, the Chinese, they are looking for a land that they can take their people to. God has given you power to go and subdue the earth. And you can only subdue the earth through industrial manufacturing.